ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ದ ಸಮ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಂಡ್ 1 mark questions in the last class, right? So in this class, in today's class, we are discussing the some important questions, 2 mark question, 4 mark question, 5 mark questions, like this, a short answer question, long answer question. So ಈ ತರ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದೇವೆ. So let us start with the first question. Read the question. First question: which type of chemical reaction takes place when an iron nail is dipped in copper sulfate solution? Why? Write the balanced chemical equation for this chemical reaction. So this is one of the very important question. Please note down the question here. When the iron nail, so that we can write it as a Fe, alva? Fe, and dipped in a copper sulfate solution, CuSO4, copper sulfate, I will write it as a CuSO4 solution. The chemical reaction takes place. So just see how the chemical reaction takes place. Here, FeSO4 will be formed. FeSO4 will be formed and brown color layer will be occur on the iron nail. FeSO4 plus copper is displaced from its solution. Here, which type of the chemical reaction takes place? So, which type of the chemical reaction it is? It is a displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. It is a displacement reaction. Okay. And here, why this displacement reaction occurs here? Because ಇಲ್ಲಿ displacement reaction ಯಾಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Because copper, so that is less reactivity than the ferrous. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಐರನ್ ಕಿಂತ ಕಾಫರ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿನ ಹೊಂದಿದೆ. ಸೊ this iron is more reactive, so it is displacing the copper from its solution. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಕಾಫರ್ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಕಾಫರ್ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಕಾಫರ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Copper is displaced. So it is a displacement reaction because copper is displaced from the copper sulfate solution by iron. So it is a displacement reaction. Okay. Then write the balanced chemical. So this is a 3-mark question. Which type of the chemical reaction? That is a displacement reaction. Why? So for that 1 marks, and balanced chemical reaction. Okay. So here Fe plus CuSO4. So that gives us FeSO4 plus Cu. So just try to balance this reaction. Number of molecules Fe. So that is same in reactant and product. Alva, reactant alli product alli same ide, copper is also same and sulfate is also same. So this is already balanced chemical equation. Okay, so this is very important question. Next question. Strips of zinc, iron, magnesium and copper are taken in a test tube A, B, C, D respectively. Same quantity of FeSO4 sulfate solution is added to these test tube. Okay. Then in which test tubes chemical reaction will occur? Why? Write the chemical equations for the reaction taking place here. Okay. So let us see the, please note down the question. Okay. So here total 4 test tubes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I will name it as A test tube, B test tube, C test tube and D test tube. Here what is added? First, uh, zinc, iron, magnesium, copper. Here zinc is added and iron, magnesium and copper. So for these all test tubes, so here already zinc, iron, magnesium and copper is added into these test tubes. Here again FeSO4, so that is ferrous sulfate. Ferrous sulfate solution is added to all these test tubes. Okay. So for every test tube, you should add the ferrous sulfate. Here I will write FeSO4. Okay. Then here also FeSO4 is added. So zinc plus FeSO4. Here iron plus FeSO4, magnesium plus ferrous sulfate and copper plus FeSO4. So here in these all test tubes reaction takes place. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ test tube ಅಲ್ಲಿ reaction ಆಗತ್ತಾ? Is this possible to in all the reaction all the test tubes where the reaction takes place? ಎಲ್ಲ test tube ಅಲ್ಲಿ reaction ಆಗತ್ತಾ? Okay, let us check where the reactions takes place. Here in the test tube B, reactions will not take place and the test tube D, reaction will not take place. So let us see. I will write this in the A test tube reaction. A test tube reaction, that is zinc plus FeSO4, that gives us zinc sulfate plus Fe. Okay. Then in the C test tube, magnesium plus FeSO4, MgSO4 will be formed. MgSO4 plus Fe. Fe is displaced. But in the B test tube, is it possible to Fe plus FeSO4? So that will form the FeSO4 plus Fe. No, this reaction is not possible. So in the B test tube, there is no reaction is possible. Reaction will not take place. And let us see the D test tube. That is D test tube. Okay. Copper plus FeSO4. That gives us to SCuSO4 plus Fe. This reaction is not possible. This reaction is not possible. Why this reaction is not possible? So that I will explain. Okay, why the reaction is not possible in the test tube B and test tube D. Here there is a reactivity series, that is Mg is more reactive than the zinc. Zinc is having the more reactivity than the iron. Iron is more reactive than the copper. So in these four, copper is the less reactive. Okay. So here the more reactive substance that is able to displace the less reactive, which is having the less reactivity. So here zinc is more reactive, alva. So that is having the more reactivity than the ferrous. Adrinda ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಈ zinc ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ferrous ಅನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಈ magnesium ನೋಡಿ, magnesium ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಈ ferrous ಅನ್ನ displace ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Magnesium that displace the ferrous. So by forming the magnesium sulfate ಅಲ್ವಾ? But in case of the copper, ನಾನು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರ್ದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಏನ್ ಬರ್ದೆ? Copper plus FeSO4. So the reaction is not possible because this copper is, that is having less reactivity than the ferrous, that is not able to displace the iron from the iron sulfate solution. Copper is not able to displace this ferrous from the ferrous sulfate solution. So because of this, in the D test tube, reaction will not take place. In the B test tube also, iron will not able to displace the iron. Fe is not able to displace the Fe. So reaction will not take place in the B and D. That is based on the reactivity. Okay. Just remember, copper is not able to displace this magnesium, zinc, anything. Okay, because copper is less reactivity, having the less reactivity than these all. Okay, so the correct answer is this. You have to write the solution for this. You have to write the chemical equation, and why not the reaction is not possible in this. So that also you have to explain. Adannu kuda explain ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Next question. Write the balanced chemical equations for the following reactions. How can we confirm by observation that these chemicals reactions taking place? How we can confirm by observation these reactions, these chemical reactions are taking place? Lead nitrate is heated. So you have to write down the reaction here. You have to write down the reaction of lead nitrate is heated. Okay. So lead nitrate, that is PbNO3. PbNO3 is heated. What type of the reaction it is? When it is heated, it is forming the lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. How we can say the chemical reaction is taking place here? Because it forms the fumes. Nitrogen oxide in formation agide alva. So that is forming the fumes. By observing the fumes, we can say that here the chemical reaction takes place. Illi nodi enagide. What type of the reaction it is? It is decomposition reaction. Alva? It is a type of decomposition reaction. Yake idu decomposition reaction? Why it is a decomposition reaction? Because there is a single reactant is there, but more than two products are formed here. Because of this, it is a decomposition reaction. And another second question is, sodium sulfate reacts with barium chloride. Then how we can say that by observing the chemical reactions taking place? Chemical reaction agide anta hege helbodu illi alva? Illi nodi. In the question number B, sodium sulfate, when it is reacted with the barium chloride, it is forming the BaSO4 and to NaCl. Because we can say by observing the precipitate, white precipitate is formed in this. White precipitate is formed in this reaction. So by observing the precipitate, we can say that there is a reaction, chemical reactions taking place. Okay. So this is the chemical reaction of the sodium sulfate reacting with the barium chloride. Very important, and please know the balanced chemical reaction. Next question. Name the brown fumes liberated when a lead nitrate is heated. Write the balanced chemical equation for this reaction. So, when the PbNO3 twice, when it is heated, it is forming the PbO, lead oxide, plus NO2 plus O2 when it is heated. The brown fumes that is formed, that is NO2. Okay. Name the brown fumes, that is NO2. Already we have seen in the last reaction. Alva? Last reaction nodideve, that is NO2. Alva? Nodi? Then you have to balance this reaction. ನೋಡಿ ಈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೇಮ್ ದ ಫ್ಯೂಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ NO2, nitrogen dioxide, and write the balanced chemical equation for this. So let us write the balanced chemical reaction for this PbNO3 twice. So when it is heated, it is forming the PbO plus NO2 plus O2. Okay. So let us balance the, let us check the lead in the reactant and the product. So let us see the oxygen. Okay. Oxygen is 6 here, but here 2, I will add 2O2. So now it is, okay, wait. Here oxygen is 2 plus 2 and 5 here, alva? So 5 ಇದೆ, ನಾನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, because 2 plus 2 2. Here 6 oxygen, ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ 6 oxygen ಆಯ್ತು. But 2 Pb here, so again I have to add the 2 Pb, ಅಲ್ವಾ? 2 Pb ಇದೆ, so again we have to add the 2 Pb. Pb balance ಆಯ್ತು. Then again you have to balance the 2 and NO2 you have to balance. ನೋಡಿ NO2 balance ಆಗಿದ್ಯಾ? ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Is it balanced? ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2N ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಬಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಏನಿದೆ N2, ಸಾರಿ N2 ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಏನನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ? ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಎಸ್, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ reaction. 2 Pb, it's 2 Pb here, and oxygen is 8. Okay, so here now oxygen number is also increased. 12 oxygen ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ 8 plus 2 plus 2, 12 oxygen balance ಆಗಿದೆ. So like this you have to write the balanced chemical equation for this. Practice these reactions. Next question. Translate the following statements into chemical equations and balance them. So the first question is here. Barium chloride reacts with aluminium sulfate to and form the precipitate of barium sulfate and give the aluminium chloride. ಇದರ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಬರ್ದು ಅದನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಬೇರಿಯಂ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ BaCl2, then Al2SO4 thrice, AlCl3 BaSO4, ಬೇರಿಯಂ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, AlCl3 ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಚೆಕ್ ದ ಬೇರಿಯಂ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೇಮ್. ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ 3, ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ 2 ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಇದೆ. Then here oxygen is 4, but here oxygen is 12. 12 oxygen is there. So let us start with the which is having the more number of ions alva atoms. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. We have to balance the oxygen. Here 4 is a 12 oxygen atoms are there. Here 3. I will add 3 BaSO4 here. 3 BaSO4. 3 BaSO4 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು? 12 oxygen ಆಯ್ತು. But here 3 Ba ಅಲ್ವಾ? So I will add 3 barium is balanced now, and you have to balance the sulfate. Aluminium is AlCl3 ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 AlCl3 ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು. 3 Bas aluminium balance ಆಗಿದೆ, but 6 chlorine atoms are here. So I will add 3 here. Now it is a aluminium is balanced here, but so remaining you have to balance. Remaining ಅನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? Just balance the reaction. The balanced reaction will be like this. 3 BaCl2, yes, 3 BaCl2, yes, here 2 AlCl3. Okay, already Al2SO4 thrice is there. Yes, it is balanced. Sorry. 3 BaCl2, Al2SO4 thrice, 2 AlCl3, 3 BaSO4. This is the balanced chemical reaction. Idanna bardu. What type of the reaction it is? Can you say what type of the reaction it is? It is a double displacement reaction. It is double displacement reaction. Okay. See here, potassium metal reacts with water to give potassium, sorry, here potassium and hydrogen gas. Potassium, that is K plus H2O, that gives us potassium hydroxide, KOH, potassium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Potassium, idanna balance ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ. Potassium is same in both reactant and the product. Hydrogen is same, H2, H here H2 and 3. 3 hydrogen ಇದೆ, but ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 hydrogen ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 hydrogen ಇದೆ. Here oxygen is 1, here also oxygen is 1. So let us balance the, here I will add, I will balance the hydrogen. Hydrogen balance ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ 2H2 ಅಂತ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, and here also 2H2. Now hydrogen here 4, 2 hydrogen plus 2 hydrogen. ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು? ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಲ್ವಾ, ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿ, here potassium you have to balance. So here 2 oxygen, here also 2 oxygen atoms, and potassium, that is 2. So if you add 2 here, here also 2 potassium here, here also 2 potassium. K, that is potassium 2, hydrogen 4, then oxygen 2. Alva? Then here hydrogen 4, then potassium 2, oxygen also 2. Now it is balanced. Let us check the answer. Yes, this is the balanced chemical reaction. 2 potassium plus 2 water molecules, so that gives us 2 potassium hydroxide and hydrogen. Next question is, balance the following chemical equations. You have to already equations are given here. So, but you have to balance this. Okay. Let us check with the reactant and the product. Here, HNO3, when it is reacting with the calcium hydroxide, it forms the calcium nitrate plus water. Let us check the hydrogen. Hydrogen is equal to 2 plus 1, 3 here. Nitrogen, 1. Oxygen, 3 plus 2, 5. 5 oxygen. Then calcium, that is 1. Okay. Here, calcium, that is 1. Then oxygen is 6 plus 1, 7. Oxygen is 7, the product, and nitrogen is 2, and hydrogen is 2. Okay. So let us start with the which is having the more number of atoms, that is the oxygen. So the 7 oxygen molecules are there here, but here only 3 plus 2, 5 oxygen molecules are there. So let us balance the oxygen. 6 plus 1, 7 oxygen molecules are there. Here I will add, okay, 2 I will add. Here 3, 2 is 6 plus 2, 8 oxygen atoms. Here also I will add 2 here. Now oxygen is balanced. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ oxygen balance ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿ. Oxygen is 6. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 oxygen atoms, 6 oxygen atoms. Total oxygen is balanced. Let us check the remaining. Nitrogen ನೋಡಿ. Nitrogen 2 here. Here also 2. And hydrogen here 2. And here also hydrogen. Here 2 plus 2, 4. ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? 2 ಇದೆ. 4. And here also 4. Then calcium is also balanced. ಮತ್ತೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ 2 plus 2, 4. ಇಲ್ಲಿ hydrogen is 2, that is 4. Then nitrogen, that is 2. Here also nitrogen 2 in the product. Then oxygen, that is 8. Here also oxygen is 8. Then nitrogen over. Then calcium, that is 1. Here also in the product also it is 1. Yes. Now it is balanced chemical reaction. Okay, let us check the answer. ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. Yes, this is the balanced chemical reaction. Next question. Balance the following reaction. Sodium hydroxide, when it reacts with the sulfuric acid, it forms the sodium sulfate plus water. Okay, ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ. Let us balance this reaction. Balance ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಈ reaction ಅನ್ನ. ನಾನು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಇಂದ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? In the reactant only one molecule. Here it is 2. Then oxygen, here 5. And here oxygen is 4, 1, 5. Then hydrogen, here 1 and 2. 2 plus 1, 3 hydrogen. Then sulfur 1. Here hydrogen is 2 and sulfur is 1. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, there is no it is not a balanced chemical reaction because sodium is not balanced and the remaining sulfur is balanced but hydrogen is not balanced. So we have to balance this reaction. Let's start with the hydrogen, or you can start balancing with the sodium. Okay, So I will add Na2 is here. I will add 2 NaOH. 2 NaOH I will add here. So sodium is balanced here. But check the hydrogen 2 and here 2. 2 plus 2, 4 hydrogen. Here also I will add the 2. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ 4 ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ 6 ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 6. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 4, hydrogen is 4, then oxygen is 2 plus 4 that is 6, and sodium is also balanced. Sodium ಕೂಡ oxygen balance ಆಯ್ತು, sodium ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ 2 ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಎಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. Sodium is also balanced alva. So this is a balanced chemical reaction. Yes, this is the answer for this question. Balanced chemical reaction. Next question. Try to balance this reaction. And sodium chloride reacts with the silver nitrate. It is forming the silver chloride and sodium nitrate. Okay. So what type of the reaction it is? Chemical reaction. Here there is an exchange of the ions takes place. So we can call it as a what we can call? So it is a double displacement reaction. So let us check the whether it is balanced or not. Okay, balance ಆಗಿದೆಯೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Sodium in both only 1, here also 1, then chlorine here also 1, and here also chlorine is 1. Then silver Ag, that is also 1 molecule, and in the product also it is having the, you have to check just before the arrow mark and just after the arrow mark. Okay, 1, then NO3, N, that is also 1, here also nitrogen is 1, O3, here also O, that is 3. So what we can say here? Sodium, chlorine, silver, nitrogen, oxygen. Everything is same in the reactant and the product. So we can say that this is a balanced chemical equation. Next question. Barium chloride reacting with the sulfuric acid. So that is forming the barium sulfate plus hydrochloric acid, HCl it is forming. So let us balance this reaction. Barium, that is same in both, and chlorine, that is 2 in the reactant, 2 molecules, and here only 1. And hydrogen, that is 2 here, and here hydrogen is 1. Sulfur, that is 1. Oxygen is 4, that is same. So we have to start with the balancing the chlorine. Chlorine we have to balance. Okay, chlorine anna hydrogen anna balance ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. I will add to balance the chlorine 2 HCl here. Chlorine anna balance ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ 2 ಅನ್ನ add ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Let us see here. Chlorine is balanced. Hydrogen is 2 now. Here also hydrogen is 2. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ just if you add the 2, then it will be the balanced chemical reaction. Hydrogen kuda balance ಆಯ್ತು, chlorine kuda balance ಆಯ್ತು, barium, sulfur and the ಬೇರಿಯಂ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಎಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ನೋಡಿ, write the balanced chemical equation for the following reactions. Write the so that is given in a word format. It is given. You have to write the chemical equations and you have to balance that. Chemical equation ಅನ್ನ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತೆ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ ಹೈಡ್ರಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಇನ್, ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಇನ್ ಅ word equation. You have to write the chemical equation. Calcium hydroxide reacts with the carbon dioxide, that is forming the calcium carbonate and water. Here, calcium hydroxide nodi balance agidya anta nodi. Calcium, that is 1, here also 1. Oxygen, here 4, 3 plus oxygen is 4. Then hydrogen is 2. Here also hydrogen is 2. Hydrogen illu kuda 2 ide, illi kuda 2 ide alva. Carbon, that is same, and the remaining calcium is also same. So we can say that this is a balanced chemical equation because both reactant and products are having the same number of the molecules. There is no difference. Next question. Zinc reacts with the silver nitrate, that is forming the zinc nitrate and silver. Actually, this question is given. You have to write the chemical equation first. Zinc, silver nitrate, that is AgNO3, and here zinc nitrate is formed and silver is formed here. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಜಿಂಕ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇದೆ, Ag ಸೇಮ್ ಇದೆ, nitrate that is 2 and oxygen is 6 here ಅಲ್ವಾ. 6 ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಇದೆ, ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ನೈಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಆಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಆಡ್ 2 ಹಿಯರ್. ನೋಡಿ ಜಿಂಕ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೈಟ್ರೇಟ್ 2 ಇದೆ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ 6 ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ನೈಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು, 2 ನೈಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ನೈಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು, ಸಾರಿ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು, 2 ಆಯ್ತು. ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ is 6. Oxygen molecule 6, here also 6 molecules. So this nitrogen and oxygen is balanced. But check about silver. Silver 2 here, but in the product we have to add 2. ನೋಡಿ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಅನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ಯಾ ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, whether it is balanced or not. Here zinc is balanced, nitrogen is balanced, oxygen is balanced, and silver is also balanced. This is a balanced chemical equation. Next question. Aluminium plus copper chloride. Aluminium is Al plus CuCl2, copper chloride. It is giving the aluminium chloride, AlCl3. Aluminium chloride is AlCl3 and copper. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ aluminium is same, but here Cl2, Cl3. Chlorine is not balanced here. So I will add 3 here, 3 to the 6 chlorine and 2 chlorine here. Okay. ನೋಡಿ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಾನಿಲ್ಲಿ 3 3 ಅನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು 6 ಆಯ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಆಡ್ ದ 2. So chlorine is balanced. 2 3s are 6, 2 3 2s are 6. Chlorine is balanced, but check the remaining. Remaining ಅನ್ನ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Aluminium, it is not balanced. So here 2. So I will add 2 aluminium. Okay. But here copper is 3 and I will add the copper here. 3 copper molecules. See, 2 aluminium plus 3 copper chloride. 3 molecules of copper chloride, that gives us 2AlCl3 plus 3Cu ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವೆದರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್. Aluminium is balanced, copper is balanced, and chlorine is also balanced. Yes, 2Al, 3CuCl2, AlCl3 plus 3Cu. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2AlCl3 ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. Next question. Barium chloride plus potassium sulfate. So that gives us barium sulfate plus potassium chloride. ನೋಡಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದನ್ನ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾನು ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಬೇರಿಯಂ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್, ಪೊಟ್ಯಾಷಿಯಂ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ದ ಬೇರಿಯಂ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಪೊಟ್ಯಾಷಿಯಂ chloride. Let us check the barium is balanced. Chlorine is not balanced here. Chlorine 2 here, but only one chlorine molecule is here. Potassium is 2 here, but here only 1. And sulfate, that is same. So let us balance the chlorine and potassium. So I will add 2 here, 2 KCl. Now just check the potassium, that is same in the reactant and the product, and chlorine, that is also same in the reactant and the product. Let us check the remaining. Sulfate is balanced. Yes, sulfate is balanced, and barium is also balanced. So that this is the balanced chemical reaction. Just you have to add 2 KCl. Write the balanced chemical equation for the following and identify the type of the reaction. You have to identify the type of the reaction here. First, hydrogen H2 plus Cl2, that gives us HCl. Balanced chemical reaction ಅನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು, 2HCl ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇದು ಯಾವ ತರ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್? there are two reactants, they are giving the only one product. So two reactants, they are giving the one product, that is a what type of the reaction? That is the combination reaction. What type of the reaction it is? It is combination reaction. Combination reaction. Next question. Magnesium Mg reacts with the HCl, hydrochloric acid, that is forming the MgCl to magnesium chloride plus hydrogen. Mg plus HCl, hydrochloric acid, that is forming the magnesium chloride plus hydrogen. Here you have to mention the state also. Yes anta athwa illi aqueous anta mention ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Just check the reaction. So I will write it once again. Mg plus HCl. So that gives us MgCl2 plus H2 hydrogen ಅಲ್ವಾ ನೋಡಿ magnesium balance ಆಗಿದೆ magnesium is balanced hydrogen is not balanced and chlorine is not balanced so I have to balance the hydrogen here I will add the 2 HCl ಅಂತ add ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ just see here hydrogen is 2 now in both reactant and product chlorine is also 2 in the reactant and the product so this is balanced chemical reaction Mg plus 2HCl plus MgCl2 plus H2. This is the balanced chemical reaction. So what type of the reaction it is? It is displacement reaction. Here the magnesium is displaced the chlorine. Sorry, hydrogen. Hydrogen is displaced by the magnesium that is forming the H2. Alva H2 formation agide. Magnesium chloride formation agide. Alva this is the displacement reaction. Next question. Why are the decomposition reactions called as the opposite of the combination reactions? Write the equations for this reaction. So decomposition reaction and combination reaction, just they are opposite to each other. So why they are called like that? Because in the decomposition reactions, breaking down the compounds to form a two or more substance. In the decomposition reaction, I will give the example. And these reactions require energy to proceed. Thus, they are exact opposite to the combination reaction. Combination reaction alli enagutte? Two or more substances combine to give a new substance. So, here decomposition, there is a breakdown of the compounds occur, but there is a combination of there is a fusion of the compounds occur. So, they are opposite of each other. See here, zinc carbonate. So this is a decomposition reaction. It is forming the zinc oxide and carbon dioxide. Single reactant that is forming the two or more product. But in the combination reaction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಎರಡು reactant ಇದೆ but that is forming the single product. So these are the example for the decomposition and the combination reaction. Why is respiration is considered as exothermic reaction? Explain. So respiration is one type of the exothermic reaction. Alva? So exothermic reaction anta yak karitare? Why? What is the reason behind this? Because during the digestion, complex molecules, they will break down into simple. So that is in the form of glucose. Alva, glucose is one form of the, when the complex material breakdown adaga, glucose formation agatte. When the glucose breakdown, when in the presence of the oxygen, that provides the energy. And the respiration is considered exothermic reaction because it releases the energy in the form of heat. It releases the energy in the form of heat. So it is called as an exothermic reaction. Exothermic reactions andre heat production agatte alva. So it is called as a exothermic reaction. What does one mean by exothermic and endothermic reaction? Give examples. What is the meaning of the exothermic and endothermic, or what is the difference between the exothermic reaction and the endothermic reaction? Here, reactions in which heat is released along with the formation of products are called exothermic reactions. So exo means outside, heat is released. So that is called as a exothermic because along with the product, heat will be released in these reactions. And second type is reactions in which energy is absorbed are known as endothermic reaction. For the breakdown of the some material, or they absorb the energy from the surrounding, they are called as a endothermic reactions. Okay, examples are given here. Yes, these are the examples. Next question. Write the balanced equation for the following chemical reaction. Here, hydrogen plus chlorine, hydrogen chloride. H2 plus Cl2, that is HCl, that is 2HCl. Already we know this. Then sodium and water, so that is forming the sodium hydroxide and hydrogen. Okay, so answer is also given here. Sodium and water. Sodium, here sodium is the Na, then water, that is H2O, and sodium, that is forming the sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH, and H2, hydrogen is H2. You have to balance that. ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ ವಿಚ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್. Why should magnesium ribbon be cleaned before burning in air? So magnesium ribbon is clean, right? So what is the reason behind this? Because magnesium metal is highly reactive metal. In stored condition, it may react with the oxygen to form the magnesium oxide over its outer layer. Magnesium oxide is present on the outer layer of the magnesium metal. So before burning, it should be removed by rubbing, or remove this layer by exposing underlying the metal into air. The magnesium ribbon is cleaned by sandpaper. So adanna sandpaper use ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು clean ಮಾಡಿ ನಂತರ, so that should be used for the burning. See the 14th question. Solution of a substance X is used for whitewashing. Name the substance X and write its formula. So for whitewashing, which substance is used? So that is hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide, that is used for that. And name the substance, name the formula, that is CaOH twice. Calcium hydroxide is, that is CaOH twice. And write the reaction of the substance X and named in and above with water. So you have to write CaOH twice. So when it reacts with the, sorry, when the calcium oxide that reacts with the water, that is forming the calcium hydroxide, sorry, this should be calcium oxide. Okay, so when the calcium oxide reacts with the water, that is forming the calcium hydroxide. What are the effects of corrosion? So corrosion that affects, that damage the car bodies and bridges, iron railings and ships and the objects made of metals, especially those of irons. So corrosion in the ಏನೇನ್ effect ಆಗತ್ತೆ, and corrosion of iron is serious problem. Why it is serious problem? Because every year there is a more ships and iron objects and bridges, they are damaged by this corrosion process. So these are the effects of the corrosion. Okay, so till now we have discussed many questions based on this chapter. If you have any doubts, you can write down in the comment box. Any doubts? ಎಸ್, ಎನಿ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್? ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ